The Matrix, a film etched in our minds, a story of reality bending and minds awakening. But behind the digital rain and leather trench coats lies another story, one less known. This is the story of Sophia Stewart, a woman who claims the Wachowskis, the directors of The Matrix, took her ideas. A woman fighting for recognition, a woman fighting for her truth.
I was born in the segregated South, and I always loved stories. I wrote poems as a child. Later, I wrote short stories. Life experiences from the Jim Crow South to the bustling streets of New York City shaped my perspective. I saw injustice. I saw inequality. These themes, along with my love for science fiction, would later weave their way into my writing. I was drawn to the power of words, to the way stories could challenge the world. I believed in the power of imagination. I honed my craft, writing constantly, driven by a passion to make my voice heard. Little did I know that my words would one day spark a cultural phenomenon.
Sophia Stewart, a black woman born in the segregated South, always loved stories. She believed in the power of imagination. Little did she know that her words would one day spark a cultural phenomenon.
In the early 1980s, I penned a manuscript titled The Third Eye. This manuscript, I claim, contained the core concepts of The Matrix. The story explored a world where reality was an illusion, a world controlled by machines, a world where a hero would rise to fight for truth. The Third Eye was a culmination of my ideas, my love for science fiction, my observations of society, and my belief in the power of the human spirit. It was a story years ahead of its time, a story that would resonate with millions. But first, it had to find its way into the world.
In the early 1980s, Stewart penned a manuscript titled The Third Eye. It was a story years ahead of its time, a story that would resonate with millions, but first it had to find its way into the world.
I sent The Third Eye to various publishers and production companies, hoping to see my story come to life. Among those who received my work, I claim, were the Wachowskis. Years later, The Matrix was released, and I saw striking similarities between the film and my own creation. Thus began a long and arduous legal battle. I filed a lawsuit against the Wachowskis and Warner Brothers, alleging copyright infringement. I presented evidence, including copies of my manuscript and correspondence with the studio.
The legal system, however, can be a labyrinth, especially for individuals up against powerful corporations.
Stewart sent The Third Eye to various publishers and production companies, hoping to see her story come to life. Among those who received her work, she claims, were the Wachowskis. Years later, The Matrix was released, and Stewart saw striking similarities between the film and her own creation. Thus began a long and arduous legal battle. Stewart filed a lawsuit against the Wachowskis and Warner Brothers, alleging copyright infringement. She presented evidence, including copies of her manuscript and correspondence with the studio. The legal system, however, can be a labyrinth, especially for individuals up against powerful corporations. Section 5. The Matrix, a cultural phenomenon. While Stewart fought for recognition, The Matrix became a global sensation.
Its groundbreaking special effects, philosophical themes, and cyberpunk aesthetic captivated audiences worldwide. The film sparked countless debates about reality, free will, and the nature of consciousness.
The Matrix's cultural impact was undeniable. It infiltrated everything from fashion to music to video games.
It became a touchstone for philosophical discussions and a source of inspiration for artists across various mediums.
Yet as the film's accolades grew, so did the shadow of Stewart's claims. Section 6. A legacy unacknowledged. Despite the lawsuit and Stewart's persistent efforts, her claims remain largely unacknowledged by the film industry and the general public.
The official narrative surrounding The Matrix continues to credit the Wachowskis as the sole creators. Meanwhile, I've faced an uphill battle for recognition. My story often relegated to the fringes of internet forums and conspiracy theories.
This lack of acknowledgement speaks to a broader issue within Hollywood, the erasure of marginalized voices.
Stewart's case highlights the challenges faced by Black creators, particularly women, in having their work recognized and respected. It raises questions about who gets to tell their stories, who gets to be heard, and who gets written out of history.
Section 7. Challenging Hollywood's walls.
My fight is about more than just one film. It's about challenging the power structures of Hollywood, which often silence voices like mine.
It's about demanding accountability and transparency in an industry known for its secrecy and exploitation.
Her story serves as a stark reminder of the systemic barriers faced by marginalized creators. It underscores the need for greater diversity and inclusion within the entertainment industry, not just in front of the camera, but also behind the scenes in writers' rooms, production companies, and executive offices. Section 8, a ripple effect of inspiration.
Despite the lack of formal recognition, my story has inspired countless others. My resilience and determination have resonated with aspiring artists and creators from marginalized communities.
She has become a symbol of hope, demonstrating that it's possible to challenge the status quo and fight for what you believe in, even when the odds seem insurmountable.
Stewart's influence can be seen in the growing movement for diverse storytelling and the push for greater representation in media. Her story serves as a reminder that creativity can come from unexpected places and that every voice deserves to be heard. Section 9, the price of creativity.
My experience exposes the complexities and contradictions inherent in creative ownership. It raises questions about the nature of inspiration, the fluidity of ideas, and the challenges of proving originality in a world saturated with stories.
It also highlights the power imbalances that exist within the entertainment industry, where large studios often hold the upper hand against individual creators. The pursuit of art and the quest for recognition can come at a cost.
For me, it has been a long and arduous journey, marked by legal battles, financial strain, and emotional exhaustion. Yet I persist, fueled by the belief in my truth and the hope that my story will inspire others to fight for their own creative ownership.
Section 10, an unfinished story. Sophia Stewart's story is far from over. It is a story that continues to unfold, a testament to the power of perseverance and the ongoing fight for creative justice. Her case remains a reminder of the importance of amplifying marginalized voices, challenging established narratives, and demanding accountability from those in power. As we enjoy the groundbreaking visuals and thought-provoking themes of The Matrix, let us also remember the woman behind the code, the woman fighting for her legacy, the woman whose story deserves to be told.